What is going on, guys? Judo Sloth here and welcome to today's Clash of Clans video. We are back in the Titan League with what I believe is currently the best farming strategy at Town Hall 12, the BoWitch. Now this is because we do have the 50% discount for the next couple of days, and with the BoWitch it is not uncommon to be smashing bases and getting close to, if not the 100%. You do have to bear in mind that you will take a little bit more on defense, but with that 1 gem boost for the army camps as well, you should be able to raid and pull in more loot than you lose. If you haven't already, guys, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Remember, we have the Silver Pecker statue at the end of the month. 1 lucky subscriber will win that and hit the notification bell. We still have 1 more gift card giveaway. So diving into this then, we will do a live attack at the end, but I wanted to show you some of the loot that you will be finding up in Titan League. Now I will be making a push to Legend. Don't think it's going to be too difficult, guys, but we'll see how bad the clouding is, and then we'll continue to push up on above to see where we can get. Probably going to try and bring that as a live stream series because it will take quite some time for us to find a base. Probably try and do a dual stream as well. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. But all I try and do with the BoWitch is bring in a queen walk down one side of the base. You can see I've done that down to the south, kind of out of range of air defense. Then we have the king, wizards, and a couple of bowlers and witches on the opposite side before we push the main pack of bowlers with the Grand Warden through the middle. Now that is where you want to use your spells. That's where you need that heavy damage right in the core of the base. If done correctly and you take out that core, the queen should be able to keep on moving through that base. We'll show you in a second. Healers, they are the bane of my life sometimes. They will destroy your raid. We'll show you next why exactly that is, but this is kind of common. You will find that if you're up against a stronger base, you might be able to get into the middle, hollow out the core a little bit, and that's where the healers on the queen is so beneficial. We are stopping here at around about 50%. Fortunate, we do get a little bit lucky on the Grand Warden on this one, but as you can see, because of the healers on the queen, we're able to wrap right the way around the base, take out so much more loot, and it will be beneficial for you guys. Make sure you're taking them healers with you, but like I said, stay tuned for this next raid. It's just, it's unbearable. It happens over and over again. It is just awful. But as you can see, alongside 300,000 loot bonus, we pull in over 500,000 gold and elixir. I'm getting my base upgraded fantastically with this. Let's show you that next attack, and it pains me to see it every single time, but check this raid out, guys. Same stuff, come in with the queen. What I'm thinking is we'll come along to the left here. No real reason other than I think we're going to be pretty safe doing that, and direct the bowlers into the middle via the southeast of the base. King with the wizards creates that little bit of a funnel just so the bowlers can go in. Dragons or balloons, mainly balloons in the CC, you need them down. So I do have the poison spell. Use that Grand Warden's ability once the balloons get over your bowlers. You do not want the balloons hitting the bowlers. They will go down in a flash. That is where the witches, the wizards, even the Grand Warden in the middle can be very helpful. And again, use them spells early on. So I do have 2 jump spells. You could take a wall wrecker, would definitely help you. And I tend to take 2 rage and a heal spell. The rages, I use 1 as they first enter the base, 1 when they get to the core, and the heal spell somewhere in the middle. Let's check this out though. They've done their job. They've hollowed out the core, exactly what we want. And it's quite good that the Grand Warden is in there just helping these troops get out the Eagle Artillery. Now the Witch does go down, but the Grand Warden, he can clutch from time to time. Just out of range, he has that better range, able to clutch that Eagle Artillery, take that down. Now the Queen was taking a lot of damage, but the fact that she locks onto the wall here is pretty good because it means she can heal up with the healers out of range of defenses. But this is where it goes all so wrong. The Grand Warden thinks, okay, I'm gonna go and protect the Queen on this one, but for some reason, because the Grand Warden's already lower in health, the healers think it's a good idea to heal up the Grand Warden, swap over to him, and then swap back to the Queen. Please, come on, heal heal the queen. She's going down and down. She's the one that we need alive. By the time they swap to her, it is too late. Let me know down in the comments, has this happened to you? It happens to me time and time again, and we would have finished off this raid undoubtedly and got the 3 stars, and more importantly, all of that loot, had the healers have done the right thing. But no, they didn't want to. They wanted to disobey their chief and try and heal the Grand Warden. Just awful stuff. Awful stuff. Anyway, guys, we're out farming. We're having fun. Plenty of loot on that one. Let's show you one more before we get into a live attack. I basically wanted to show you on this one that raids don't always go to plan, and you just have to factor that in, guys. Don't get yourself worked up. You know, if you fail a raid, if you don't get all the loot, it happens. Just recoup your army, get up there again. I was confident I was going to 3-star this base, so I kind of just threw it in YOLO style. King in the corner, queen at the top with the healers, bowlers coming through, but it just didn't go to plan. Again, I didn't fail. I got a decent amount of loot, and that's something you need to factor in when you're attacking a base. What is actually your realistic chance of taking that loot? If you don't feel confident, even if it's a ton of loot, if you don't think you're gonna get it, just skip on by. But you have to understand that sometimes attacks will go wrong. For this one, I never foreseen that we would miss so much loot, but it happens. You just have to, like I said, get back in there. That's what farming's all about. It's the consistency of things, just keeping them raids coming in and coming in. That's what gets you the loot. That is what's going to help you upgrade. Skeletons finish off a few of the elixir pumps there, but again, you can just kind of close the app, open it back up, and the raid will be done. Here is my army then, guys. I tend to use 5 healers for that queen, 7 wall breakers, just so we can open up either side, wall wrecker if needed, wizards, bowlers and witches. I only tend to take about 5 witches. Let's see if there's any clan challenges I can complete real quick just while we're here. I don't think there is, actually. None of them are going to be applicable for us, so we will get back to it. But anyway, guys, 4,720 trophies, and let's try and find a raid. It is now taking me, I've got to say, probably about 10-15 minutes before sometimes I find a base, let alone the base with good loot. So it might take us a little while. What we're going to do is cut back when we have indeed found that match. Here we are, guys. A Town Hall 12 base. Almost 500,000 loot. You can find bases with more loot than that, but what you've got to think is up here in Titan League, especially Titan 1, it takes a little while to find a base. So if I were to raid this one, I could get this attack done, get my army back, and just go into another one. Definitely you have to think of how efficient it is, so you do have to factor that in. But let's take a look at this one. Quite confident in terms of things. I think we'll bring the queen along the right hand side because she'll get to that air defense quickly, and let's just see how this one turns out. I'm not going to overplan it, guys. Let's get the queen walk in, the king along with a few wizards, and then let's get a couple of witches, the bowlers. Let's get some wall breakers in this side, wall wrecker in alongside the bowlers. I don't tend to mess around, guys. I just get them in and started, and I think we're gonna have to use the king. Don't really want to use the queen's ability, but we're going to have to here. No, she has managed to get through it. I didn't want to go ahead and use it, and it looks like it has worked out all right. Let's use the Grand Warden's ability. Heal spell coming through, another rage spell. Don't really think we need that jump spell, to be honest, but I am taking note of where the bowlers are going. They're not really doing their job in the center here. Let's use another rage spell because ideally we need that single target inferno down to try and protect our troops in the middle and the queen coming through. Let's use it. Let's not really even use that jump spell. The bowlers aren't going to take it. I used the wall wrecker to get into the middle. It worked beautifully, actually, and there's actually no way where we can use the jump spell in order to help out. However, this is exactly what I'm talking about, guys. You will find that the queen walking around the base does a fantastic job with the healers. Just look at the damage she's done, and amazingly, from a not so good attack, we're going to get the 3 stars. We're going to pull in all of that loot, and that is just incredible, isn't it? And save 2 jump spells. The wall wrecker can save you on elixir. Right now you do have the 1 gem donation event. Once that's over, it might be a little bit more tricky to get your wall wreckers, but let me know down in the comments what you're using to farm. Let me know if you're excited about the Legend League live stream push. That is going to wrap it up for this one. Obviously, leave a like if you did enjoy it, and subscribe for more Clash of Clans, finishing up this raid with almost 250,000 gold and elixir per raid. Actually, it's even more than that, isn't it? So fantastic stuff. I've been your host, Judo Sloth. Keep on clashing, and until next time, peace out.